First Family of Bitcoin here with Assets and Arbitrage. We got our contact cousin on tonight, Jake Fever. Y'all love him, love him, love him. Let's get the chat going, Jake. Are you able to see the chat on your end while we waiting for people to come in the room?
I'm not sure if I'm able to see it, but yes, sir, your boy here though.
I'm gonna
if
put
I
the
have oh
overlay on.
now I see the chat. I see the chat on the side
All
coming up.
right.
Yeah. So
So while we're waiting for people to get in the room, and they'll be here shortly, we are interested in your journey to Bitcoin, some of the some of the interesting things that have happened along the way, but we are interested in hearing your story.
okay. My story starts with paying off debt. Um,
Okay.
Dave Ramsey got me into Bitcoin, and
Yeah.
that's crazy to say because Dave Ramsey is against Bitcoin, right? So I was trying to figure it out, man. I was tired of like having to be at work, and I was like, why do I always got to go to work? Why do I always got to, you graduate, you are somebody in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like you got your education, you got your job, you're supposed to be somebody, right? But you feel like you're not doing everything that you're supposed to do. It just don't feel right. And I figured it was probably because I got debt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I got to go to work. I got my wife and kids, and I do everything for them, but I have to go to work because I owe somebody. That's the real reason that I got to go to work. So I started looking up. Basically, I started looking up getting better credit score and stuff, and that just make you borrow more. But doing that, the best way to get your credit up is to pay off the debt. And then I started reading like pay off your debt. Dave Ramsey. I went rampant on Dave Ramsey. I brought in, what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
7 baby steps, snowball, all that stuff, right? So that was about in 2015. And we coming up, I did this for about a year and a half. Me and my wife got married in April of 15. So I was rolling. I'm
Oh,
talking about I'm knocking stuff down, bro. Like I'm like probably $2,500 to $3,000 a month paying off just straight giving clearing stuff out. In 2016, I bumped into something, Bitcoin or something. My brother and my god brother, they do parlays and stuff. They was playing football parlays and stuff, and I was like, "Dang, how y'all betting?" So they they tell me to go to Coinbase, get Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to the bet site, and then I can bet, right? so
oh, I didn't know that.
so yeah, that was a way of them getting around like using your card because everybody will use their card on these betting sites and they'll say, hey, that was a fraudulent claim and they'll get their money back. So the betting sites didn't want that to happen. So they just started taking only Bitcoin. So that's some of
Okay.
the nefarious things that people say Bitcoin is used for. But it was something that I was like, man, I ain't doing all that. And then I listened to Dave Ramsey talk about Bitcoin. He say, "Oh, that's a hoax." It was like $600 a coin in November of 16. I think that was like the
Yeah.
second halving or something right there. So I was like, "Oh, it's just a hoax and stuff." Then I caught another. My eye got on it again when I seen it at $1,000 in January of 2017. So I was like, "Dang, this thing is up." I don't know what Dave Ramsey talking about, and I still ain't buy it. I still ain't buy it at all. I'm still paying off debt. So I'm really like thinking like Dave Ramsey screwing me because I could be up. I could have 3 or 4 coins and be up on the $1,000 already. I still ain't buy it though. But I'm paying off debt. I finally got where I needed to be with the debt paying off by May of 2017. And I
Yeah.
think May of 2017, I was still looking into Bitcoin. I think it was like at 1,700, maybe 1,200 or something like that. But it went down after it hit 17 and it came down. I said, "Oh, Dave Ramsey, right." And then I was like, maybe I need to listen to the other side, find somebody who talk about the other side, and then figure out what's the truth. Because I was like, Democrats and Republicans and stuff like that always happens. Always two sides to a story. And I'm only listening to Dave Ramsey because it really do help me out. Help me out getting out of debt. That thing, I mean, it
Yeah.
changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So like paying off debt was something that really pushed me forward. So I was bought into Dave for sure. So I was like, this man really know what he's talking about. And so I listened to the other side of things. and they sounded like they knew what they was talking about too. Like they was like, Bitcoin is different. It's not, how unconfiscatable, unmutable. The government can't take it from you. All these key points, and I was like, how? So I started going down the rabbit hole. How? And by me just researching a little bit at a time, it come up on like September of like 2017. One of my friends, he hit big on one of those websites where you can do gambling. He won like 50K. And he couldn't cash his Bitcoin out for particular reasons. I don't know why, but he told me he would send me $3,500 in Bitcoin if I send him $2,500. I'm not a fool. I know what $1,000 look like. So I have 25. I sent him $2,500. He sent me the 3,500, right? So I got the 3,500, and I left it on Coinbase for the weekend. And on Monday,
I don't know what that means.
On Monday, that was
like.
that 3,500.
So I got.
That 3,500 was 4,500. That's how fast it went up. I think Bitcoin.
Yeah. So you made 2,000.
Yeah. That's so I snatched it all off the. I snatched all of it off the site and tried to figure out what Bitcoin was. From that day forward, I had to figure out what Bitcoin is. So I just started throwing money at crypto. I put the 45 right back in there, and it, in 2017, by October it was like 5K, and then it ran up to like $17,000, $18,000 in December. So I did. Yep. I did invest in XRP. I did invest in Ethereum, Litecoin, all that stuff. I invested in everything, but I didn't know why. So I started looking up people on the internet, and I was just throwing money at coins because I got everything for free. Basically, like. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like
I got everything for free.
Yeah, because I got the free money. I had free money, so I made most of my money on XRP. I brought it at 22 cents, sold it at $3.11 on Bitrix, and I put like one Litecoin in it. It was like $400 worth of Litecoin, and I popped on it. Like I cleared it. So I started reading all these coins. At the end of December of 2017. I made about $20,000 on the whole thing, but I only cashed out 10. I'm saying we're gonna keep 10, and we're gonna put 10 in. Just figure it out. Just see what this thing is. Let it ride. So after that, I lost all that stuff. I was like, it still feel like Bitcoin is right because it went down from 10,000 to 1,800.
Yeah, it went down.
So.
Yeah, that was a rough time period.
Bro, I had coins. I had crazy coins, like stuff that don't even exist no more. Vert coin, just made up stuff. So I was like, man, something's not right about this, but I think Bitcoin is the right way because I was like, it got to be right because what I'm looking at, then I started going. So that's when I became a maximum. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy every week $25 to $100 every week. Yep. And I'm still gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna start studying. So when I started studying, nobody else was around except for the Bitcoin people. Yeah. Like in 18 throughout, nobody else is around except for the Bitcoin people. Nobody's preaching their coin. Nobody's talking about their coin. Nobody's standing on business about their coin. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is gone basically during the bear market. The Bitcoin people is there. You see what I'm saying? And they still preaching. This is the way. So. Now I started researching. I figured I'm not a deep researcher about Bitcoin and everything. I know what's going on. I know Bitcoin winning, so I just kept buying and buying. Yeah, like that's been the opportunity. Yeah, it ran up in 21, and it got me in a position to be like really positioned the right way for this bull run. Mm-hmm. So I told Zay and King them. You only got to make 2 or 3 trades probably every 2 years. You sell like close to the high, hold on for it like 6 months later, 7 months later to get low, put it all back in, sell again close to a high, and just wait. And that's the trades I've been making with Bitcoin alone, just selling when it's really, really high. Maybe it take me 12 months to a year to sell it and then buy back at like 8 to 12 months later, but it's only 8 to 12 months. And I know what I do. I go to work. I know how to do that. I don't know how to read charts. I'm not trying to learn another skill. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's a whole nother skill set that I don't feel like learning, don't feel like putting in the work, don't feel like putting in the 10,000 hours. I can do the stuff that I already put in the 10,000 hours for. I can do that and earn money to put into Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So that's
So tell
my
me, go ahead.
Bitcoin journey. That's my Bitcoin journey.
Now, your show, tell me a little bit how your conviction, your passion, what was the journey like for you to get your show? How did you stumble across together, um, Jake and the
Oh, okay.
bar?
Yeah. Bitcoin behind the bar is something. It's not. I moved it to a segment, a part of my Friday lives that I do. I do a whole behind the bar where I get interesting people like yourselves and talk to them, or maybe just do a show tasting different spirits and things like that. Well, I had a passion for collecting things, and I collected old money because
Okay.
and you can't display old money because people will steal your money. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying?
will.
No, yeah. So, and I collected Hennessy as well, but I like the different flavors inside the Hennessy bottle because they make different bottles for Japan, China, South Africa. In Mexico, they even got different little bottles and different variations of taste in the cognac. And then they got the artist
Hennessy
design.
Black.
I don't like Hennessy Black as much as I like the VSOP, the XO, and some of the other varieties, But Hennessy
The
Black
white one.
is something I collect. Yeah, the white. They got the white over there in Mexico.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna
I got
say
a,
that's the
I
supermarket
got
you
a,
could buy groceries from got a big white one. It's
Yeah.
like pure
yeah,
white or something like that.
yeah, pure white. Yeah. So I collect that. And what happened was I make crazy shirts. Y'all see I got gear, right? So
That's
I,
cool.
Yeah.
I make Bitcoin gear, I make drinking gear, I make just funny gear, I make black owned gear, I make all kinds of stuff. Whatever comes to my mind, I make. That's what I used to do on the side. But my TikTok wasn't working with people, right? I was
Okay.
making that, doing TikToks and stuff, trying to do advertising and stuff, and it didn't come off genuine. So
Oh,
I made a drink and I had a couple of my bottles that I collect in the background. And I just did it on TikTok. I say, man, I can make a drink. I'll show y'all this. This is what I like. And it took off. They was like,
okay.
dang. And then like I went from 3 views to 500 views. I thought I was the jump. And then I just kept making drinks and putting my shirt on for advertisement. So I wear a different shirt that I own or a hat or something that I make in every TikTok video. Now I got an ad and I get views for free because I'm in the algorithm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're there.
So so now I get 50,000 views. Yeah, I can get some money off TikTok, but the main thing I care about is did you see what I had on? You know what I'm saying? So I utilize
Yeah.
the Hennessy brand or all these different brands that I have of tequila and bourbon and stuff to let them see what I'm selling. And I get to write
Okay.
the bourbon off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So,
your
but the
idea was
show just talk about alcohol and different drinks, and then we talk about Bitcoin a little bit, just a little vibe like we doing right now.
okay. Okay. I was just about to ask you how
Mm-hmm.
for Bitcoin became enwrapped or enveloped in your swag selling.
Oh, Bitcoin itself is a part of me, and my whole channel is about what I do. Yeah, I caught the audience because of maybe the liquor reviews and stuff like that, but I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all talk about whatever y'all really want to talk about, and you try to bend it back. But if it's helpful, it's helpful. You just talk about what you want to talk about. If the audience don't like it, they'll let you know. But then I
Mm-hmm.
think
Yeah.
I provide enough value that yeah, I would give them a little bit of the what they want to see, and then I catch their eye and make them want to go learn more about it. And I'm not the teacher no more. I'm just the uncle that's gonna tell boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I ain't with that.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I like that because I like exactly what you said because we got to talk about everything, right? And like you said, we'll bend it back and make it tie it all together. But you got to talk about other things that's going on in life in the news, and just mindset type of stuff.
Well, for us, because everything we do, we
Mhm.
incorporate into the family. Like we
Mhm.
run our family like we run a business.
Mhm.
So that's why everything we bring to the table seems so comprehensive, right? Because we treat the household like it is a business, and the profit margins may not necessarily be financial, but
Mhm.
they are intrinsic.
Yeah.
So we treat it that
Yeah.
way. So that's why we're heavy, heavy, heavy on the life portfolio. Because yeah, you could dollar cost average and put your financial portfolio together in a way where you're gonna make some good money, you're gonna mitigate some decent risk, you'll suffer some loss and stuff like that, but for the most part,
Yeah.
you'll have some decent profit margins for each year. But for us, it's so much more than that because it's about our great grandchildren getting a head start in life. So that's why our shows are so heavy, heavy, heavy
Mhm.
on the life portfolio because wealth is more than just either saving money, putting money away,
Yeah.
or finding ways to earn more money or generate money. At least it is for us.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
and that is for me too, and that's the reason that Bitcoin is so attractive to me because it gives you both.
yeah,
It gives you the wealth and financially it gives you the freedom. Like I don't care, man. You can't tell me what to do. I'll move. Like take the house. I'll get a home equity line of credit and borrow against it. Put it all in Bitcoin and leave, and then you take it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it gives you that freedom to move. So it it's all about freedom for me. So
right.
I got a family and things like that too. I don't really run it like a business because I got all daughters, right? So they're gonna leave me and go to their husband, and
Husband's
they're gonna be under
house.
that guidance. So I'm gonna give them good guidance of what they're supposed to expect from somebody, but like they're gonna have to go understand that they're gonna be under that guidance in the future. So
Yeah. So I just wanted to touch on what you was just saying, the freedom to move or ability to move. When you say the freedom to move, do you mean like if you need to get from one spot to another spot, like, from, where you live to another place, is that the freedom to move that Bitcoin gives you?
Or did you mean
uh
move in general?
yeah, like if somebody tell me that I owe something and I don't feel like I owe it, and they say, "Well, I'm gonna put a lien on your house, or I'm gonna take your
Gotcha.
house or something," I can say, "So what?" and leave here.
That's,
Like,
that's what I'm talking about. That's
They
what I'm
said
talking
so.
about. That's
What?
what I'm talking about.
Real
like,
quick, I just want to shout y'all out in the chat. Jake Fever, normally you would be in the chat, but you're not today. But I want to say hi, Michelle. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing? Thank you so much for
Hello,
joining.
Michelle.
Let freedom ring. You know you are people. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us. We have a few people in the room. I can tell by the viewer at the top of our dashboard, but there's only two people in the chat. So hopefully the chat, usually
Oh,
chat be jumping on
yeah,
a
chat,
Saturday
yeah,
night.
chat,
what's
yeah.
up, chat? Y'all know I'm a
Y'all still
troll. Y'all
celebrating
control me.
Valentine's Day. Huh? What you say, Jake?
Chat know I'm a troll, so they control me if they want to.
I think Cryptonomics though is more of a troll than Jake is. I mean, you make your jokes and stuff, but for the most part,
Yeah, we're
if I had to pick
cryptonomics
a
at.
troll, I think Cryptonomics is more of a troll than you are.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get cryptonomics on. If y'all pull that off, y'all some soldiers, boy. Because
He
my,
not
my
fucking.
boy be
We
at it.
tried.
That's a
We
soldier.
tried. We asked
I've
him.
been trying. He
We
won't
asked
do
him.
it. But yeah,
Yeah,
that freedom to move, that's real.
Yeah, I
yeah.
like that whole the mindset I was trying to express on the last show that Simon and I did
Hmm.
was I noticed that in the Bitcoin community, there's a mindset reflected there that is so different from the mindset of non-coiners, right? I'm gonna call it the fiat crowd. The fiat crowd, they have their mindset like, oh my God, please no, don't put a lien on my house. You say, I'll sell my horses. I'm gonna sell my Michael Kors purses. But you have that mindset that I know I have a commodity where you want to put a lien on the house, that's cool. I'm gonna take the difference and I'm gonna flip that anyway. So
Anyway.
there's always, there go BK Crypto. Boom.
Boom!
I saved your spot, BK Crypto. I always save your spot, but Michelle was first tonight.
Tell him, Aaron. Come on, old school. Go old school on him.
But
Boom! Guess who?
stepped in the
Boom.
room to Cal,
Oh,
coming from the Shaolin now.
Wait, leave that alone.
But we're gonna get a copyright strike. Jake, you gonna get us a copyright strike. But just that mindset of a I make my options. I have my options. I have alternatives that I can tap into. So y'all don't run nothing over here. And that is the mindset that we're noticing as we are engaging a lot more. It was so hard back in the day to really engage with other people in the crypto space unless you did physical meetups and stuff like that. And let's be honest, it was a very Caucasian crowd.
Yeah.
So their concerns were very different from concerns and our desires and the visions that we have for it. So now that the content cousins are able to really sit and talk, offline especially, we're noticing like, okay, people who deal in, it's almost like the Bitcoin has a mindset, well, just like how wealth has a mindset to it that poor people don't have, poverty has its own mindset. Right? When I say poor people, I'm not banging on anybody whose money's not right. I'm talking about a poverty mindset. It's a very
I got you.
specific profile. Bitcoin has a very specific profile. And in that, you just demonstrated it just in kind of saying, like, yo, I know this is how you deal with stuff traditionally, TradFi, right? For me, I have other options. I have other alternatives, and I come up with my own solutions. So you threatening me on this end, I'm still gonna win. Regardless of what this outcome is, I have a solution and I'm still gonna win. And
Exactly.
that's what we've been looking for our community. And I don't mean the Bitcoin community, I mean the Black community for a
Black
long
community,
time.
a lot of suppressed communities, like not just in America, around the world, they are amazed at this doggone technology, and they so happy because you think our government do it nicely to us. They do it radical to them, like it's insane. So they feel the same way. And I said, I think I heard this or somewhere, Bitcoin may be the only non-violent revolution in human history. And every other revolution that we had, it was gun violence and death. This one is going to be different, and it's going to be the biggest.
Say.
You think it's the technology behind
Well,
it?
no, we remember we went over this one time. It's been a while, but it's something called Thucydides trap.
Okay.
I remember that. And they say all the revolutions.
Yep. Two of them didn't come in a war.
I
was paying attention in that mentoring session.
Yeah. So I know exactly what we're talking about, and it also coincides with. I'm sorry, let me set that down. Coincides with what we were talking about with the fourth turning, where every one of these turnings coincides with Thucydides trap, and we are in the fourth turning right now. And so, like he said, it probably won't end in violence. Just the way you see when you see BRICS nations and the things that they do to de-dollarize.
But they keep threatening that World War III.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. They're going to de-dollarize, and they're going to push the dollar down. They're going to get all these countries into the BRICS nations plus to push down the U.S. dollar without actually having to have a war.
Jay, do you mind me asking how many children you have?
I got two, and then I got one coming.
Oh, you got a baby coming, Jay. You gonna give me baby fever? Go on and send me baby pictures. We gonna see if we can make that. Look at his face. Can y'all see the terror in my baby's eyes? If Jake can do another one, we can do another one. No. Okay, so you have two daughters and a baby. And do you mind me asking how old your daughters are?
13 and 10. They
okay, back his age. All right. So in the house, right, with Bitcoin and stuff. You're a gentleman. You have a lot of influence on people, and you've been doing a lot in the community, especially with your shows and stuff, and finding ways to integrate Bitcoin in your swag, et cetera, et cetera. What do some of the if you don't mind me asking, because we're cousins and I want to know what my baby cousins are doing.
It's
What are
cool. It's
some of the
cool.
conversations you have with your two daughters?
Well, shout out to Let Freedom Ring. Congratulations. Shout out to
That's
the
our
wife that's
people.
in the chat. My wife just jumped in the chat. I think she on Gentleman in Crypto. Fresh Teach. What's
Was
up,
this
baby?
your wife, Fresh Teach?
Yeah, yeah.
Hi,
Yeah, but
cousin. We got cousins
What's
now.
up?
Hi, sweetheart.
Family.
yeah, well, me and my daughters, we don't have too many deep conversations about Bitcoin and money right now. I think when I show them how to pay for stuff, like they understand that money don't come from I just don't make money, and I
Yes.
just don't get out of thin air. They understand that concept. They understand that I own Bitcoin. They don't understand how Bitcoin works. They got Cash App, they got debit cards. They understand that they need to work for money. That means they do stuff for money, right? So they understand that grades get them money, get them rewarded for money. Chores around the house get them rewarded for money. They understand that you put your labor in, you get value, and you need to conserve your value. So when they spend their money, I let them spend their money on stupid stuff. And then when they ask me for something, I say, "Do you have any money?" And they realize I don't got no money.
Thank you.
And then now it goes. I need to save some and have some. So on my daughter, my baby girl that's big, older, she has a certain amount she don't go under on her Cash App just in case she need that big item. You see what I'm saying? So she'll get up into that point, but it ain't zero no more. You see? So they understand the value of conserving
No,
some of your
but
wealth.
this is important so that other parents can kind of pick up on these parenting tips and conversations we're having with our children. So that leads me to my follow-up question. So for you, Fresh Teach, what is the vision you have for Bitcoin and your three children, the vision for them as adults? Because by the time they become adults, you said 13, 10, and barely newborn, right? So in utero. We would have, we should be by then at the 21 million mark, right? Where all the Bitcoin.
Wait, hold on. So
No,
you talking 2030. So
2030,
2030, which would be 6 years from now.
Yeah, because she'll be 18, the oldest one.
But that's when everybody is hitting the mark where everybody has their projection for 2030.
There we go.
And
so what's your vision for them as adults and having access to Bitcoin is really what my question is.
at that point, as a father, my whole intention is like to pay for college and pay for the marriage because I'm a dad. I'm a girl dad. So that's what traditional. I'm a traditional guy, but I try to do untraditional stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I take care.
That's us. We're a traditional couple, but we try to do non-traditional things. So
I ain't got we don't have no daughters, so I'm like,
yeah.
We're
So I will sit.
Anyway, our daughters are
hopefully,
Mexican.
Hopefully one day me and the wife get to sit down with the potential husband and say, "What y'all want to do, man? We got this for y'all. Do y'all want to do the wedding, or do y'all want to put down on a house or something like that?" And I believe wholeheartedly everybody should try to get the one Bitcoin, right? And for me, that means everybody in my household needs to get the one Bitcoin. So we got four children in here. Four people in here with me, my wife, and my two daughters, and we about to have five. So we need to at least have five. We need to get to five. You see what I'm saying? So for everybody, and maybe that be theirs if they act right. Maybe I do a smart contract if they acting stupid. You know what I'm saying? Something we'll figure it out by then. Like
you're gonna use technology for parenting. I love it.
if they not acting right, I told you I'm Dave Ramsey. You don't give a Ferrari to a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? You don't give $1 million to a crackhead or something. If they're not doing something right in their life or something that I disagree with, why would I reward that? So if they're not going by certain principles that I like, I can't reward that, but I'm gonna look out for and make sure they good. But I can't just hand you the keys to a Ferrari and you 14 years old don't really know how to drive. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
or you're 24
So
year old and
So,
irresponsible.
well,
Hmm.
and so
yeah,
I want to drill down on this because I got major pushback. So you being the father of
Oh
daughters,
Lord.
you understand lineage and how it's gonna go, right?
yeah,
You understand that if like you said, if each daughter had a Bitcoin, when she gets married off, she becomes Mrs. So and
Under
so
his guidance.
under his guidance. That lineage, I'm sorry, that wealth you built becomes actually
That new last name.
new last name's wealth. Is that how do
yeah.
you think about that when you're saying I helped you get a whole at least a whole Bitcoin and you're gonna go be Mrs. whatever Smith and then now
That wealth goes down the Smith line.
yeah
Yeah, that don't hurt me because I will build up enough that that don't matter no more. That was
uh,
already in. You see what I'm saying?
That was already
And I will
budgeted.
have my yeah. And then say if I die, and me and my wife, well, we all gonna die, but say me and my wife is gone, what then? Like they get to do it, they get to do what they want to anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah
so
But you're hoping that along the way you would have instilled the tools in them, and that's what we all hope as parents,
well
that we would have
I hope I
instilled
have
the
enough
tools and
influence.
character.
I hope
Yeah.
I have enough influence over my daughters and that they'll bring a guy around me where like they wanna they wanna learn from me. I'll be a person that they want to learn from. Like I can educate them and put something into them, and I just know they'll have the right ideas. So hopefully I'll be a
Agreed.
good enough dad to do that. And that's the goal. Me and my wife have their potential spouses to be hanging around the house and talking to us and digging our brains and learning from us just the same way, as they grow up into being young adults to adulthood.
So, two things that we did as parents for our sons, to get them
hmm
started on their Bitcoin journey. 6 year old, he is autistic, he's high on the spectrum,
yeah
but the
sure
22-year-old, 16-year-old, the 13-year-old, and the 6-year-old all have the solar panels from SunTrust.
a Sun
Sun
Exchange
Exchange, I'm
Sun
sorry, from
Exchange
the Sun, I'm thinking of iTrust Capital, from the
yeah
Sun
Yeah, I'm
Exchange,
not I'm not familiar
right?
with that. I'm not familiar with that at
Oh,
all. So.
we'll tell you all about it. So it's a comp.
well
Go ahead.
Sun Exchange you talking about Sun
Sun
Exchange
Exchange,
oh Sun Exchange yeah it's a company in South America
South Africa.
South Africa
We
yeah
messing all types of stuff up
yeah
today.
my
South
bad
Africa.
my bad tequila's on deck. My bad. But South Africa, you could buy these solar panels, and they just pay you out monthly in Bitcoin.
Hmm.
So whatever the excess is in solar payout, you get it in Bitcoin. And because they have over 300 days of sun per year,
Hmm.
it's easy and also helps the community because a lot of these are on high schools and
Yeah, so they're
yeah,
commercial buildings
mhm.
that the sun panels, the solar
Solar
panels
panels.
go on. They're like nursing home. Sean has a whole nursing home. Reginald has a school. Santino had a daycare because we tried to do it so we can remember who has what. I don't remember what Junior's is, but I think it's some type of healthcare facility. And you can buy one cell or more, or you can buy the entire solar panel. So it's up to you. It's very flexible how you want to do it, but that's their
Yeah.
investment.
Mhm.
The other thing that we've been doing for them to engage in their own Bitcoin journey, since our little broke best friends don't never have no money. Well, Sean just got a job, so he's good now. Is the S Miles. And while S Miles isn't perfect, it's got a few little bugs in it. Since the children are so active, they have their, well, Tino doesn't have his own cell phone, so he doesn't do this part. But Sean, Reggie, and Junior, they have the S Miles and the
Yeah.
Google Fit on their phones. And when they play basketball, when they run to the store, do stuff, they work out in front of the house and stuff like that, they get their steps in and they earn, they don't earn as many as I do a
Earn some
day.
Yeah, but they
satoshi.
heard it's
Yeah.
free SaaS. It's
It's
free
free
SaaS.
satoshis,
Yeah.
and it gives them the idea and understanding of your labor, like you said, returning some sort of value. And while at first Junior was confused, like, well, Mom, I only earned 18 sats today. We started to talk to him about, in the future there will be dollar parity with Bitcoin, and you don't know what those satoshis are going to be valued at. You just keep like he says, chopping that wood, every single day earning those Satoshis, but that's a way for you to be responsible in earning your own Satoshis and starting your Bitcoin journey. So,
I
a
like
few years
I
down,
like that.
go ahead.
I
But the
like that.
girls, they would love that. Your 10-year-old and your 13-year-old, I know they're very active. They have their phones. Put it in
Yeah.
your pocket, however you need to do it. And from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, you get to earn free Satoshis. It goes into a wallet. What the kids decided they wanted was they wanted a communal wallet, which
Communal
we
wallet.
said, we'll do that, right?
Yeah.
We'll match y'all Satoshis with whatever you earn.
Yeah,
And kind of like a
I'll probably
matching
do something
program you
like
would
I
have
like
at work.
that idea. I like that idea a lot. You just I'll match your Satoshis, right? And then
That's what
to
we,
be honest with you,
because we treat
I got
everything like a corporation.
I got a 13-year-old, so in 5 years she'll be heading off to college. Then I got
Yeah.
10-year-old in 8 years she'll be heading off to college. She probably could pay for her own college if we have the bull run that they say is what mega bull run or
That
whatever.
they say that is
They
headed
say it
our
over
way.
there.
And
Yeah,
again,
off some
you're going to
Satoshis.
be, like Zay said, super energetic. Y'all are going to be moving around anyway, you know, but it's also a way to get our children engaged in their Bitcoin journey. And that is the important part. Engaged in it, understanding what it is, understanding what proof of work really means. And that's what us as a Black community, that's what we want to do with our children and get them. So Simon's vision,
Oh.
I'm about to get the hate mail. My husband's vision and
Uh-oh.
leadership for his family is, to me, unmatched. As far as visionaries go, I work for tech companies, I work for healthcare companies. As far as CEOs go, my husband is the CEO of the Simon family, not even the business that we own, the family.
Yeah,
It
I
has
got you.
been one that, when I tell you it changed my life because it changed my mindset.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that compliment.
I'm about to get all the hate mail from the
Thank you for
women.
that compliment.
Hate mail from independent women starting now. But
Not
just
joking.
understanding how we sit and we look for ways to type of legacy do we leave our children, and how do we get them engaged well enough to where if we passed away at the same time right now, that they'll be able to carry on and build even bigger than what we started. And these are some of the little ways that we do it. So definitely get the girls the S miles, sit down
Yeah.
and talk to them. Your
Oh,
proof
it's
of
S
work, you're
Mile.
not mining it with the mining machine, but you're
But
mining it
then,
with your activity, with your energy.
yeah, we got to put the game in there. I appreciate everything, those lovely words you said
No,
about me.
I meant that. I wasn't even being obnoxious. I meant that from the bottom of my heart. You
I
changed
know.
my life.
I did. And she's from Queens, so I had to get the Queens out of her. Left, right, Queens.
Yeah.
Queens.
Jay,
So I pulled
I
that
like
out
New
there.
York
listen,
though.
Pulled
listen.
that
I didn't. I
You
think I
say
went
you
to
gonna take
Queens.
my compliment and make me take it back. And then the independent
Yeah.
women go like, see, you can't get them that type of
I'm joking.
control.
I'm joking.
What I like about what you said about the S miles is like, yeah, they gonna move around anyway. They gonna walk. They gonna do kid things anyway. So might as well collect them satoshis. You don't know, like
But
you
it
said.
was a way for us to explain to the 13-year-old, if nobody else, proof of work in a real world application. Like you're
Yeah,
not mining it with a mining machine and electricity and so on and so forth. You're mining it with your energy, with your labor in steps. And that is when it clicked for Junior.
Yeah,
but
because
I got
it's
a question for you though. I got a question
uh,
for you about that though. I would look into it as well, research it. But why do you earn Bitcoin from doing stuff outside? Like what's their stitch? Why would they give you that Bitcoin? Why would they give you
That's a
Satoshi?
good question. I asked the same thing. I said, how do they make money if they're giving it away? So
mhm.
that I'm not really sure of. But S Miles also allows you to do, it's kind of like Lolly. You can do shopping on there and get a
Yeah.
percentage back in
Yep.
Bitcoin. It has multi uses. We're not able to use that structure, unfortunately, because a lot of the stuff that we do is here in Mexico. So, and we don't have any debt, so it doesn't help us here. But the steps help us. But I had the same question, Jake. If y'all are giving away free sats to all of these people, how do you make money? So that I'm
Yeah.
not really sure of. but take the money if it's free. It's a way to get free Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I told some of my girlfriends about it, and understanding that there is a fiat audience, and the fiat audience won't even take the Bitcoin for free.
Yeah. And for the Bitcoin audience though, it gives you incentive to get more
To
steps
get
in.
more active.
Like you just like, okay, I got to get up and Erin, she chops in place. Like we might be waiting in line and she's just chopping in place, getting
Yeah.
steps, getting steps.
My
Yeah.
goal is about 25 to 30 sats
Yeah.
a day. So that requires 20 to 30,000 steps a day.
Yeah, so she does it well, and then the kids get incentivized and they're playing, they're running, and all this, and so yeah, it just helps.
They've extended their, which is good because regional recruiters, overseas recruiters are looking at him, but it also incentivized him to extend his gym day. Because he's like, I'll get better at the fundamentals, but I also earn some sats. Reggie and Sean take it very seriously because they understand what Bitcoin is. The 13-year-old is just now like, oh, okay, I think I understand the proof of work. I'm gonna get the sats. This is part of my inheritance, not just something you and dad are leaving for me, but something I'm earning on my own. And that autonomy gives them,
there we go.
as men, right? We have sons, so it's important that they understand like this is your role and your participation in the Simon Family Organization and what you're doing for your children. So they already kind of have it in their mind. This isn't our Bitcoin. We're earning it for our kids if and when we start having some.
And I want to say shout out to Reginald, our 16-year-old, yesterday in the tournament game. Had 59 points.
Yeah.
He was out there, he was dropping it like Kobe.
Bro,
He was looking like the black.
Yeah, we're trying to get him in the G
Dang.
League or overseas league. The recruiters are looking at him.
He been reading the Mamba mentality. He out here hooping.
59 is a big
shout
deal,
out to
bro.
Reginald.
Oh my God. 59
But let me
is
ask you a
huge.
question. I want to circle all the way back around. So, like you said, you want to sit down with your daughters, and not sit down, but if they have viable men who come around, you want to sit down with them and talk to them and see what they're trying to do. What type of age range do you see it good to marry off your daughters, if you will?
I don't see I want them to be able to have the best opportunity to have the best healthy kids. So, that age range, I want them to prepare themselves for the best life that they can have. I don't want them just to jump into something that just silly.
Yeah.
So like, the great childbearing ages, 22 all the way up, from there. Like, you can have the best opportunity to have the most healthiest kids and as many as you
That's the truth.
you want, So that's the whole point to get married and growing a family. Like you have a family of two, and then what's the point of being married? Just have a family of two. Y'all just two individuals that just chill together, So
Yeah, just two individuals that chill together.
Do you have like because I don't have daughters, so this is a different perspective for me. Do you have like a certain age range of a man, how much older they can be or they shouldn't be? They got the nation.
My idea. How y'all do. Your ideal thing is to be like y'all. Like me and my wife. I'm 2 years older than her. We met in college. We was like 22 and like 20 or 23 and 21. We had our first baby and I was 25. She was 20, 24, 23, turning 24. Like, so stuff like that is what you dream of, like, because you think your life is the bomb, so that's always the dream and the goal and everything like that. But you want, I want the best for her too. I just don't want to force that idea, but I just want to we can lead by example a little bit, and try to make them understand what we do, how we work together, how life works with both of us. Like, they not more important than our marriage and stuff like that,
I got you.
So the ideal thing, what you're getting at is to marry somebody like me that's about 2 years older than you, somebody like me that's in college with you. I like to do like me and my wife did. That would be the most ideal thing I want out of them. You see what I'm saying? Because I think I did it right.
You did do it right. I didn't want to misdirect the conversation, but if you don't mind me asking, what college did you guys meet at?
Oh man, I got it right here. FAMU, baby. Rattler.
Oh, he went to
Florida
FAMU.
A&M University.
FAMU. Oh, okay, FAMU. Shout out to FAMU. Shout out to FAMU.
Strike,
We gotta
strike, and strike again. See,
we gotta give a big shout out to the Ohio State University.
oh yeah.
We
That's
got that.
not
CJ
where we
Stroud.
met, Jake.
I know I didn't meet her there, but we gotta shout that out. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you're right. You
We
just
met in the United States Air Force, so shout them out.
shout out to the United States Air Force.
Shout out to
Shout,
Dorm 1400.
shout out Air Force Door 1400. Rattlers
There
in the
we
building.
go. There we go.
Hey, let Freedom Read Jackson State. Oh man, the Sonic boom.
Let freedom ring. Oh, I do want to shout out IML. He said 59 points. You get it looks like it's supposed to be a medal. And then PFC Wells, aka Track with 2Ks, Content
Correct.
Cousin. We want to shout you out. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank
Hola,
you,
hola.
sir. Thank you.
Casper Cooper says salute Wealth Stewards. Did I miss anybody else? No, I think I got everybody.
Yeah, I got a question. I got a question for kind of for y'all too, man, because like I like to double down on winners, and that's what I don't. That's why I was thinking about like XRP and those other coins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You like going outside of Bitcoin, right? And the riskiness. I think I'm giving up all my silver and all that stuff collecting because Bitcoin is the clear winner. If I just put it all into Bitcoin, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all love the gold and silver and diversification, but a lot of people, they don't take the opportunity to really think about doubling down on their winners. They mostly double down when they losing. And like they'll chase something like if MicroStrategy or stock go down, they'll buy more and they keep going down, they'll buy some more and they'll put more in. But if it's going up, like Tesla was going up, nobody thought, hey, let me buy some more Tesla. And then it triple split, then the 5 split. You know what I'm saying? Tesla took off. And I think stuff like MicroStrategy, it might get into the S&P 500 if it shows it's profitable. And they ain't gonna have a choice but to buy it like Tesla did, like Tesla had. They had to buy Tesla at the price it was, and it's gonna go berserk. And it's gonna roll on top of each other with what your boy Michael Saylor is doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna buy that stock. He's gonna borrow more against the stock and keep buying more Bitcoin. So it's gonna be more Bitcoin per share. It's just gonna keep rolling on top of it. This man might be the biggest company in the world coming up.
At some point,
If it get in the S&P 500 and they have certain rules where they have to put companies in there for certain reasons. And if it get in there, it's going to be insane. That means everybody got to buy MicroStrategy stock. Everything that's like ETF S&P, your 401k that's ETF S&P, you're going to have to buy. They're going to have to own some Bitcoin stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like they have to own the Tesla now.
It was very strategic what he did.
So, well, we can go a long way. Let's go right into it. So what you were saying is sounds like to me follow the money, right? Because you see somebody like a Michael Saylor, a billionaire, a CEO, and he's putting his wealth into Bitcoin. And that's the thing. You got to follow the money. You see the Kathy Woods of ARK Investments and all these people, Larry Fink of BlackRock, and you can see that they're going. Now that they got the ETF, you can see the money going into the Bitcoin ETFs. But also you will see, like you said, 401ks, you see that they can invest in companies like MicroStrategies and what's the company called? Jack Dorsey Square, and all these places where they can get exposure to Bitcoin without actually having to own Bitcoin. So there's a lot of strategies going on behind the scenes.
But Jake's question to you was, with your portfolio,
my portfolio, okay,
why wouldn't you double down?
Like I'm not saying don't double. I'm not really saying double down. I'm saying we got winners and winners, but this one is winning and they about to lap everybody, and the second place person think they in first because the other person behind them, and that Bitcoin is that person that's about to lap you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got
Yeah.
you holding the second place. It's still you're still gonna win with it. Why not win by a larger margin with the Bitcoin? You already know what's gonna
Well,
happen.
okay, in that regard, I'm sorry, we are tripled down and quadrupled down because we're what they call us toxic maximalists.
Oh
That's what
Lord.
Yeah,
I've been called in on social media. And nah, we all the way down. We 10 toes down on Bitcoin, and we do keep our what do you call it?
Our silver,
Our
precious
silver
metal.
because we have already built it up, so it's there, and we know it's a safety net that you can put money, I'm sorry, fiat currency towards to be safe.
So
yeah,
two, in the amount of time that Simon has been accumulating the silver and the gold, there was a time when I believe some of the silver ounces were like $8
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
an ounce,
Mhm.
right? So just imagine how long we've been doing it. So the the value has, that's one. Two, from a parental standpoint, because we have a very specific vision for our children, one of the most important things was we noticed that in the Black community, when children grow up to be adults and come into opportunities where they have access to large capital, they squander the capital because they're not used to having money.
Yeah.
So, from a practical standpoint,
Yep.
we want the children to have tangible wealth to be surrounded by. The children,
all right,
especially the 6-year-old, engage in the all of this. This is all yours. We'll take and dump all of the bars out, all of the monster boxes. We'll dump them out, all of the gold, and we dump it out in a big pile in front of the children. This is your wealth. Sit, touch it, count it, mess with it, be in its energy so that we can create a collective. I'm big on nation building. That's that's
yeah,
that's what I came to earth to do, to nation build. I want by the time our grandchildren come into this dimensional plane, that wealth is a normal part of their collective consciousness. It's not a mindset they have to learn. It's just like any legacy family. When Paris Hilton, I can't remember, I think it's Nicole. When Paris and Nicole Hilton were born, they were born knowing that these hotels are ours. We're wealthy. That's just at 2 years old, they knew that. Black children don't know that at 2 years old. They barely know it at 20 years old. So our physical silver has a very practical use in the mindset training and legacy building
Mhm.
for our children. It's almost part of like the
Yeah,
homeschool
yeah.
yeah. You just
curriculum.
you
So
put the idea
I
in there.
get
I
that a
clean
whole
her
lot.
up.
I get
I'll
that.
clean her up. Is Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, but I'll clean you up.
Oh, what's Paris's sister's name? It's not Nicole.
No, that's Nicole
I'm thinking of
Richie.
Nicole Richie. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
They had a
Lina.
show or something. I
Yeah,
don't know what Paris's
yeah. I have to
sister's
clean
name,
you up.
but just to get to the point,
But they both was rich.
right?
They
If
both were rich,
if
and they
you are
climbed the
part of
wall.
the J.P. Morgan legacy, before you could say mama or daddy, you know that you're wealthy. And Black children don't have that privilege. And it's a privilege that we have to create for our children. So our precious metals also has a practical use in the mindset training and legacy building for the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
So we
So
are super double triple down. Don't we're Bitcoin maxis. Don't get us
yeah,
wrong.
but
Yeah,
But I don't have a tangible Bitcoin
we
for the
want.
10-year, I'm sorry,
I
the 13-year-old
I
and the
got it.
6-year-old to really understand wealth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so we got
that's
to hit
something I
that
can
stage.
implement
Cause something
too
happened
because of
for me.
that. That's something I can implement too.
Yeah,
That's why I asked you that question because it didn't make a lot of sense to me. And I'm over here like, man, we got to go with the winner, and we know what's going to win. So, but that makes perfect sense because it ain't all about
yeah,
And
yeah,
two, gotta
value.
remember, precious metals have been sound money for over 6,000 years. That's a track record you can't beat.
yeah.
Yeah,
And if something happened to me tomorrow, they got to be able to hit the safe and to get the duffel
Right
bag
now.
right now, not deal with
Well,
insurance
they
and
got
all
the
this stuff.
wallets, they got the ledgers, they
yeah,
have all of that too. But of course, the transaction has to take place
yeah.
for them to
To actually
profit, whereas they have. Go ahead, love.
to actually know what you said, I get that point. Like I will push back on all the other stuff, the move, the to have the stuff, but that mindset of touching something tangible, that is the
Yeah.
awesome point to explain to
They
your,
need it.
yeah, that thing is a reason to hold it alone, because you, like you said, wealth building is not about just the number go up, it's about understanding too, and that is
Right.
invaluable to like take that away from people to understand that, hey, this is mine. Even if they want to spend, they got to go back and see it dwindle down. They actually have to see it go. So that's why I asked the question, because you cleared it up so well for me. I get it, you know. Because every other point I'd be like, man, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like you can get up and move anytime with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like, because Mark Cuban made it clear to like somebody he was talking to in an interview. He said, if you own gold, you stupid. He just yelled at him like
Mhm.
that. And that makes me believe that it is a reason to own gold. But for the reasons that him and Mark Cuban was arguing, it did feel like if you own gold, you're stupid. But that reason is a reason to hold it alone, right there. What you told me.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah, just like you say, like the safety. It's just a safety that you keep for your family. In my view, safety you keep for your family, and then you have a certain amount of money you put away. So, like you said, you put towards the winter, the
Right.
winter, the winter, the winter, and anything can happen. That's why we always just have different things set in place
Mhm.
just in case something happens. But if it doesn't happen, we'll be winning, winning, winning. And if not, you could take the duffel bag of silver and go buy a house.
But regardless, as far as the children point of view, the whole point is whether number go up or number go down, you're wealthy,
yeah,
right?
Hmm.
Doesn't matter what's happening. Bitcoin, y'all remember it was 20,000, went all the way back down to 3,000 or something crazy like that.
I
And then
remember
you
that.
had to wait as it built back up. Whether number go up or number go down, you know that you're wealthy.
Hmm.
So it's really to just kind of build, like I said, that foundation, that generation, but to begin the pursuit of that collective consciousness for their children, the children's children. They just gonna be born like I'm wealthy. Our great grandchildren are going to have Bitcoin in a world where the scarcity of Bitcoin is gonna be scary.
yeah.
It's
And
gonna be
and
scary as hell.
a lot of people don't
Yeah.
realize this. So I'm gonna give you a number that I always focus on. It's 55
Okay.
million. It's 55 million millionaires on Earth. It's only
Okay.
21 million Bitcoin. Get to one
Right.
Bitcoin. Get to one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because when rich people like something that's scarce, they don't care what it costs. They're gonna buy it. That's why
And
you
they'll
just
do
see
whatever
Rolex.
it takes to get it.
Yeah.
You see Rolex watches. You see the one-on-one PAs and all this nice stuff. The rental property and all that stuff. You see all that, right? And they'll buy it just so
Yeah.
you won't have it, type stuff.
Yeah.
So imagine going into a party with like imagine these rich folks going to a party or on a golf course and say, yeah, man, I got 10 Bitcoin and Bitcoin sitting at $1 million a coin. The other rich person ain't gonna want Bitcoin because it's $1 million. They're gonna want Bitcoin because that joker got Bitcoin and I want to have more than him. And when that race
Yep.
starts, it's going to get out of hand. Bitcoin is going to price out people, and it's already priced out almost everybody but single digit millionaires right now. It's going to price out double digit
Mm-hmm.
millionaires after this doggone bull run, because if you're sitting on $1 million and you got three properties, you're not going to sell no $300,000 house to buy one Bitcoin today. You know, because you don't
Right.
have that conviction. You got to know what we know. You feel me? You have to study this thing for years and years. So they're gonna watch one Bitcoin go to $250,000 while they $300,000 property gonna sit stagnant, and they're gonna be like, "Dang, I should have
Yeah.
bought a
And
Bitcoin."
and what's funny is what you're saying. Exactly what we talk about is game theory. Like when you see one person doing it, you be like, "Oh, I got to catch up and do it, do it, and do it." And then when you talk about Bitcoin, they talk about game theory on a high level, like from a nation state level and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see El Salvador doing what they're doing, so then
These
Hon-
other countries.
Honduras wants to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then Belize wants to do it, and Costa Rica wants to do it. That's exactly what you're talking about. You be like, "Oh, what? You got a big? Oh, let me get one." And let me try to do it. That's game theory playing its way out. And shout out to Max Kai because he talks about that all the time. And Stacey Herbert, about game theory playing out.
But also just the idea of your grandchild coming into the world and saying, I live in a world where Bitcoin is the commodity of the day, and my parents didn't think to get me any, and my grandparents could have came in on the ground floor, and them mugs didn't even bother. So we don't want to be either one of those two parties.
Yeah.
No, we do not.
You said
If you know better, you do better. And I just feel like not, even though I think there's a good amount of people who are orange pilled, when you look at the reality, it's like, but not enough people are orange pilled.
Yeah,
especially in our community.
And that's what I say, man. Like I'm so jaded at telling people about it. I say every man for themselves and God for everybody, because you on your own now, player. I will talk to you about it if you really want to reach out to me, and I'll try to give you the best information I got and guide you to like people like you, Zay, and other people. And I'll just talk about it in general because I like talking about it. I like talking about finances. I know where it's going, and I know where I'm going with it. And like you said about your grandparents and your parents, like our grandparents, all you needed was a college education, and you can make a better way for yourself. And our parents, all you needed was to buy a house, and you can make a better way for yourself and own it outright. But us, all you need is one Bitcoin.
That's like, all we need.
Yeah.
All you need
and
is
it's
one
like,
Bitcoin.
well, why didn't you, what were you doing for 80 years? Right? Let's say 60. Let's give it 60. For the 60 years out of your lifetime, what were you doing that you didn't get any?
Yeah, and
that would be the question at the end.
But I have a question for you now, because I had noticed something in the Bitcoin, I guess, ecosystem, that it seemed like people were always trying to educate people, and it got to a point where we're just
talking to each other now.
Like you said, talk to each other. Like it's like, yeah, if somebody asks me, but we're really just talking to each
like
other,
preaching to the choir when you're supposed to be preaching to the congregation, and that's really what it's turned into.
Yeah,
talking to the choir.
We're talking to. Do you feel that? Do you feel like we're just talking to each other now?
The type of person I talk to on a daily basis is the type of person that don't got $50,000, and they can't see themselves in any good way or form to actually buy themselves up to a whole Bitcoin. They don't see the dollar cost averaging. They don't see what it do. They don't see it owning like a quarter of a Bitcoin or a half a Bitcoin will change their life. So they only want what I got, what I already got, or better than me, or something. They want to get in where I got in. It's just too late, because they know the majority of the people, I told them at 3,000, 4,000 when they had enough to do it, and I was just like $10, $15, because that's when I found out about it. Like $4,000. Just told you my story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I didn't buy it at 6, but I don't trip. I learned about it and I started getting that 4. You see what I'm saying? 6. I didn't buy it at $600, but I started buying it at 4,000 because I got a better understanding. Yes, and now they don't want to get a better understanding about a $50,000 asset, because they don't feel like they can even get $50,000. Even if it go higher, it's going to come back down and it's still going to be too high for them to buy. So they won't buy it bits at a time. It's like I can't teach them DCA $10, $20 like I used to, because you was getting a nice chunk at $3,000, $4,000, or $10, $20. Like, so it's difficult.
That's better than nothing, though. I get what you're saying, but even if you're chopping away at it at $25, $30, just depending on what your budget looks like. And I'm sure if you ask somebody to look at their household budget, there's absolutely room for improvement to add to the $25, $30 for dollar cost. But it's better than nothing. Not the same value.
I understand that 100%, but I have to explain that to them, and they don't understand. So now I got to teach you everything about Bitcoin, try to put what's in my head in your head for you to get that $10 worth. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I don't want to do.
So exactly what you said. Do you get it? Like when we jumped in this space, we was happy to teach people and tell them, man, this is what it is. Now we tired of teaching people, and we just, like you said, every man for himself. Is that where we at now?
No, I'm not tired. Every man for themselves and God for everybody.
God for every man. I gotta start using that. That's hilarious.
But
cats, man.
I'm not tired of teaching you. I'm tired of explaining to people that didn't get it and they won't go put forth the effort to look up anything themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
So
thing.
that's what I'm tired of. I'm like, bro, I done told you this already, and you haven't brought $10 a week. I can look at your cash app. You didn't do that.
That's
You
it.
did it when it was 50,000. Now it's back at 50,000. You ready to do it again? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not even
You-
trying. Oh, I had to stop
Sure.
because of this. No, I told you to give up lunch or something, bro. I didn't tell you to do anything. Work on the extra hour. Put that hour in there of overtime like I did. Go. You know what I'm saying? Pay off your debt and then use that car payment and put it in Bitcoin or something like that. Like they don't
Make
understand.
room for it, and there's
And
ways
then
to
now
do
it's
it. Because
so
if you
now it's
wanted
so
those
high.
rims, you would do it.
Right,
Yeah,
rims.
now it's so high and it's attractive to them. They like, I wish I would have done it. Could you teach me how? And I already taught you, bro. And you could be up a little bit, But now they got to go DJing out, and that's why I like the degeners, like the XRP people and all those
Okay.
people. I love those degeners because guess what I get to do? Make money off them. Cause I degen right with you. I'll be in all the altcoins. Once I flip, double up, triple up, back to Bitcoin, baby. I'm just
Back to the protection. So let me ask you a question. If somebody come up to you, which often happens to me, and just ask you the open question, what is Bitcoin? How do you feel about that question?
I just tell them Bitcoin is two things. But for me, it's freedom. But technically, it's two things. It's a payment system and it's a ledger. And it is like Nipsey said, it's a checkmate on the banking system. They
There we
just whoop the
go.
banking system. And
Shout out to the homie Nipsey Hustle.
yeah, and I'll explain the ledger like, would you trust a ledger that everybody can see, or you trust a ledger at the bank that nobody can see? So that's
Mm.
that's the
I
blockchain.
like
That's what I'm calling the ledger, and I'll explain it like that. And the money part is the transactional part. I think that's the big B in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Uh,
that. Mhm.
so that's the thing you send value, and the value goes up because we say it has value, just like they say it has value at the bank. Your cash has value,
Yeah.
and this is backed by energy, work, like you say, proof of work. So and then you have to explain the proof of work, which you already explaining to your kids and stuff. And like you say, you don't understand it till 20. They don't understand it till they 40. To be honest with you. And now you got to explain proof of work to them. So
You got to explain that, yeah.
yeah, then you get exhausted by explaining proof of work, why it has value, why it's like an email that you can't see on the other side. And like you know how emails is, both of y'all can see it. This one you actually have it, it's in this wallet. You can look it up on this right here. You have to show them proof of everything that you're doing, walk them through it, and they can hit a video that does that right there on YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
Yes, it
and
does.
they do it and they explain it better than me, but they want me
right.
to prove it to them. I'll be like, bro, I don't got to prove nothing to you. Don't buy Bitcoin. I don't care. I don't care. I'm telling you about it because I love you. You want to question me to the third degree because like you don't want to look
Almost like
anything
a
up.
debate.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
understand that because I debate people just to see where they at, but I actually learn about the subject I'm debating. I just ask questions like the XRP stuff. I just drill. I get at people because I'm like, yeah, I see you can make money and I see that it's going to run up. But what they disingenuous about why they buying it. They buying it to get rich. They're not buying it to get more Bitcoin. So their hopes is to get more money when they do those
Yes.
DGen coins. And they
Okay.
don't be honest with it. They say, oh, it's going to go up. It's because they got to go up because the banks and all this. The banks
Mm-hmm.
can use something else, bro. Like they can just say that and use something else. And they can change their protocol anytime they want to. But the Bitcoin protocol is not changing.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
true.
get
Go.
locked into that, and you be at 50 cent for the last 3 years, while Bitcoin's at 50,000.
Yeah, it has been. This is
I want to shout out Brooklyn Tall for the super chat. Thank you so much. That does go to the gentleman of Crypto Network. It doesn't go to Assets and Arbitrage, but we appreciate it anyway because that will go towards production stuff. Somebody said I'm reporting it.
shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. We got Brooklyn on the game. Queens. Queens in the house.
Anyway, but Brooklyn Tall said I bought 5,000 worth of Bitcoin last week just to use the profit for weekly expenses.
Oh wow.
They're up $600. So
Oh man, see, so she's I mean, just using it. She
the
says
person.
she
Just
said
say
she's
they.
up $600.
Mm-hmm.
So that's over 10%. I do
Yeah,
quick
like
math, maybe
11, a little bit over
12.
11, 12, 12.
Something, but she's up just in a week.
They may be up. We don't know Brooklyn Tall is female.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they, what did you say?
They we gotta
Brooklyn
watch.
could be
Oh,
a
man.
dude.
Yeah,
Well,
Brooklyn could be it could be from
hey,
Brooklyn.
man.
And
Man.
they
They may not
tall.
even be from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm calling cats out.
Yeah, shout out to Brooklyn. But real talk, bro. You're gonna see numbers, you're gonna see wins like that for the next 10 to 15 months. You're gonna see people tell stories about being
Brooklyn
up.
Tall's a dude. Told you.
Oh, okay.
So
Brooklyn
if
tall. Like I'm tall. I'm from Brooklyn, and I'm tall.
No, I
Yeah,
think
that-
Brooklyn like stand up.
He said tall. Like he's tall. Was
I'm
he-
walking tall, like Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
That was the line from Kane.
Brooklyn tall. What part of Brooklyn you from, man? We need to know. And then we
see y'all got parks and stuff up there in New York, man. I went to New York, I was lost, boy. I rode the train for the first time and everything.
Don't ever ride the train as a visitor to New York City.
Me
That's
and the
rule
wife had to
number
do
one.
it. And shout out to Hennessy. They flew us up there for a part of the Nas bottle release party.
Nice. The
Yeah,
Nas
so yeah, the Nas got the whole new Hennessy bottle. They flew us up there, paid for everything. That was my first time going to New York. Hers too, man. We had a ball. It was dope. I love New York. I'm going back though.
You going back? Okay.
Best
I gotta
I
go
do
visit.
or die. All right, Brooklyn.
Shout out Brooklyn.
Best I do or
All
die.
right, we see. Be careful.
No, they clean stuff a lot. Brooklyn Tall, I'm from Queens. You probably know that from watching
Queens.
the show.
She from Left Rack, Queens. I don't know if Bed-Stuy and Left Rack.
No,
they link
they
up.
don't link up. They
Okay.
do not link
Yeah.
up.
But
But really, I'm from Long Island. I grew up on Long Island. I was
Strong
born
Island.
in Queens.
so where Manhattan at? Manhattan is on Long Island?
No, Manhattan is Manhattan. It is
Oh,
an
okay.
island,
There she goes.
but it is one of the 5 boroughs.
That's where I stayed at. So,
Manhattan, yeah, Manhattan is an island though, and I think that confuses people when we start talking about Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting, man. He threw me off my question because he was in
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy, and I got nervous.
The livest one.
I felt like it was dangerous. I got nervous.
No,
My
they
bad.
cleaned all of that up. They cleaned it up real good. Bedford-Stuyvesant.
We gotta talk to.
Trek with 2K said, cross your T's and dot your I's. They're not the only gang to worry about. Hey, Brooklyn Tall's from Guyana. What in Ghana? I'm
Yeah.
so glad you won the show.
I'm finna get me
I like that.
a libation real quick.
Hey, double
Trek with 2K said Beastly today ain't do or die link back in the day. Sounds like you have a certain age. Yeah, he from 90s hip hop. I can tell by the Brooklyn Tall. Probably like
Gotta get a libation.
Trek with 2K is from Brooklyn too.
Oh,
I thought.
you remember part? We remember part?
No. But
PFC Wells, man. Remind me, what part of Brooklyn are you from?
yeah, because as soon as he started talking, I saw you in New
Yeah,
Yorker.
yeah. Let us know. But man, just not to
Bed-Stuy.
y'all all from Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
Everybody from the same place, bro. What's up?
Yeah. It's a big little world.
Nah, they just saying that because Biggie from there.
Oh, okay. No. PFC Wells, Flatbush.
Oh,
I know it
I'm
wasn't
like,
Bed-Stuy,
what's
it was Flatbush.
Flatbush.
But I always be wanting to say Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one.
Yeah.
He came in hard with that.
With the.
You know what, too?
With the
Simon
Ghostface
and I.
link? Ghostface. Something. As soon as it heard this,
Everybody was from Shaolin.
We was like,
Simon and I, we about to share something, and Zay will probably figure out how to do it. If we could incorporate Bitcoin and hip hop, because we hip hop heads, and we love doing the bars but 90s hip hop, right? I can't do this stuff
I
nowadays.
can do late 80s.
I don't know who these young cats are nowadays.
I can do late
Young
80s,
boy
all the
and
way through the
something.
90s and early 2000s.
But we would love to figure out a way to incorporate that. We haven't figured it out yet. Mugs don't listen to hip hop, so they don't be knowing the lines and the bars and stuff sometimes when we have those little subliminals. But we'll figure it out. So Jay, you do swag, and I know a lot of people be wanting to get their hands on Bitcoin swag. I know for sure Cryptwork, aka KW1,
Yeah.
BK Crypto's got swag. I'm trying to get BK Crypto to get in touch with me so we can figure out how to get
Yeah.
our hands on his swag because we want to support y'all. Go ahead and tell us if somebody wanted to get swag from you or at least get it customized. What is a great way? Simon needs actually some new Bitcoin shirts because he lost a lot of weight and he can't seem to find them in a size that's reasonable. What's a great way for somebody to contact you in order to get their hands on some swag?
All right, so I sell everything on jakefever.com.
Okay,
I don't sell
jakefever.com.
this bottle, but I sell all my swag on jakefever.com. Bitcoin being dope is the hat, but the hoodie is the best seller for my Bitcoin thing. Shout out to Encario. He be loading up on the hoodies. The one that you see King wear all the time, being dope hoodie, just say it right there. It's just like subtle, like quietness. But
Yeah.
hey, you know I'm a Bitcoiner, bro. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I like about it. And I got different crazy, stupid stuff like no keys, no cheese, free SBF. You know, got his pictures on there. The reason I say that is because you got to be responsible for your own money, bro. If you was on FTX and your money was left on there, it's your fault. So, like, I have a BlockFi card. I used to get BlockFi rewards, and every time I got rewarded, it got up off there. Every dollar on BlockFi, as soon as it hit, it left. Boom, boom, boom.
And I'm one of those people. I had left my Ethereum on the block.
We made great money, but he did what you said. He did the same thing you thought. Like, we're going to take this. I think we took 20 and left 10 or left 8.
I left 2.
Two Ethereum, but it was at the time when it like.
Yeah, that's when Ethereum was pumping.
Yeah.
And so they got locked on there, you know. I mean, it went down, and so now I can't. So it's like, all right.
It got locked up.
It's only an exception because I talked to my guy. Like I just told you earlier, I'm gonna have a guest on my show next week, 7:30, and on Friday next week, I got another Bitcoiner. He's a big time Bitcoiner, and he in a different position than me. He can risk $200,000-$300,000 and put it over there, and it won't hurt him. You see what I'm saying? It depends on what will hurt you. But if you're gonna complain about it, it's your fault, bro. You knew what you were doing. Risk got to outweigh the risk and benefit ratio.
The risk reward ratio, yeah. So we made that mistake.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, that might be two Ethereum. I got to charge to the game.
We just got to charge it to the game.
Yeah, I think BlockFi was paying people back though, so I heard about that. I heard it was paying people back.
We next.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all check those emails though. BlockFi was looking out because I think it was
Cryptonomics in the building.
Cryptonomics, what's up, bro?
What's up? That's the big homie, Cryptonomics. What's up?
We trying to get you on the show, Cryptonomics. So if you have time, we would love for you to get on with us, and we could chop up good game. Especially since too you real heavy in the precious metals. No, nobody's got love for precious metals besides us. We need one more.
Yeah. And
need one more. But okay, so you guys can get your swag at
jakefever.com. I got drinking merch. I don't just have Bitcoin merch. I got everything, like just crazy stuff. Drinking merch, hip hop, fun stuff, not black.
Wait, what's fun stuff? Like adult fun stuff?
No. Like just goofy stuff that I just put on shirts.
Why you take it there?
He said fun stuff. I felt like he didn't want to say it. I was just asking.
I'm
trying to help him get his business.
When you go in there, you're like, this don't make sense. My brand is just stuff that I like to do. You see what I'm saying? So my brand is just like stuff that I like to do. You'll see some Henny shirts. You'll see some shirts talking about stupid stuff people do. Like I got Kanye West on there said, give me my meds or something like that's fun stuff for me. You see what I'm saying? Like just silly stuff. You
gotta get the one that say you ain't got the answers, Sway.
Yeah, something like that. You know, I got Pinky on the shirt that say "Don't make me spill my yacht." You feel me? Like Pinky from Friday.
Oh, that Pinky. Okay.
Yeah.
See where her mind goes off rip. Off the rip, you see where her mind goes.
She back in the game though.
She's not back in the game.
She signing autographs.
Y'all
Well,
wow.
I ain't even gonna tell who Penguin is.
Yeah, man.
They don't. That's good. That means y'all are good,
But see, you
clean
see, yeah,
citizens. And
yeah,
y'all
you
don't
see
know.
where mine is. So, man,
Like
you the
my
OG,
I
man.
got a quick question for y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Like my journey been so horrible and orange pilling people, bro. Like that's probably
Mm-hmm.
why I'm dating. I ain't catch nobody yet, really, except for my wife, probably. And like my I can't get my. I know this asset is so valuable, and it's so. That's why I'm really mad because I can't help the people I love the most because they don't get it, and I don't know how to explain it. I can't show them enough videos. I can't tell them enough about it, and I think what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna have to show them real money, and when I show them real money from it, it's gonna be too late for them, and that's
So
what I mean. They're gonna be
Casper,
priced out.
I
Okay.
was gonna say Casper Cooper had a great quote. I don't
Okay.
know if that was their quote or not, and it's something that we do need to take with a grain of salt.
Okay. What's that?
They said wealth cannot be taught, however, it can be learned. And what that's basically boiling down to, it's not your responsibility to teach it, it's their responsibility to
To
learn
learn it.
it.
Yeah.
So you want to take a little bit of that burden off. You can only do what you can do.
Yeah. In our scenario, situation that we
I
have,
don't know if we got anybody either.
no, we were only able to, if is as you say, orange pill, people that we didn't know,
Yeah, strangers.
strangers, and then like you said, you want to orange pill those that you love to bring them with you, but as she just said and read that quote, it can't be,
That can't be your burden to
can't be your
carry.
burden. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
carry the burden.
Right?
Uh,
And you're doing your responsibility really is to your daughters, and you're already on top of that, and
yeah,
to your unborn baby. But I would, you know, I would add some accelerant to that torch with having the ability to keep in mind the unborn children that will come from your children, because
yeah,
yeah,
they're going to be in a world where their only access to Bitcoin is going to be through you. And
yeah,
that's one of the points that Simon and I, well, Simon mostly picked up early. He said, you know what, baby? I don't know about the grandchildren, maybe, but our great grandchildren are going to be brought into a world where Bitcoin is going to be the commodity of the day. And unless we as a family have it wealth wise, they may not be able to access it, and they'll be born at a disadvantage.
yeah.
And our whole purpose as parents was for that not to happen.
And as for us, we could still circle around because you have children our age,
Our children's age, yeah.
our children's age, and we could circle around and have like little mini boot camps, like Bitcoin Zay said, right? You got 13-year-old, 10-year-old. We got
All of
13
our
year old.
children in as the content cousins, all the little cousins are all around the same
Yeah,
age,
and
with one or two
and we
outliers.
could build that out as a family, as a
And then maybe they can impact,
man.
because that's really the generation should be focused on too. If we're out here talking, no shade to middle-aged older people, sometimes it is difficult to teach an old dog new tricks,
It is.
especially if they
That's
don't
what they're
understand the
telling me.
technology. They don't know how to use the ledgers. I don't understand how to read the on-chain ledger. I don't know how to do this. I don't understand how to do it. It may be, that type of thing. And considering that there are a significant amount of 50-year-olds who don't understand how money works,
yeah,
period,
yeah,
and they use it every day, you already see what type of challenge you're
Yeah.
up against already.
And I was just saying to him, as if he was okay with it, we could have like a small Bitcoin boot camp or
Where the content
class,
cousins especially get together. You
and we'll
guys
have
in
the
the
challenge.
audience are welcome to
Yeah,
join, but that way we can get them together,
the
get them
children.
going,
We're talking about the children.
and then they may have better impact on orange pilling other people. But kids, when kids get excited about something, that's all they talk about.
yeah,
Tell me about it.
You have daughters, so I don't know if they're into like Minecraft. What's the other one that
yeah.
Roblox
They have
and all of the
Roblox now. I got one
Fortnite?
in Fortnite and all that stuff now. So
Yeah,
So that's
Fortnite.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying. And you
they in
see
that.
how that stuff explodes on that level because of the kids.
Yeah.
yeah,
So maybe if we shift audiences, then we might start to see more mass adoption and more of an impact, because those are the ones who need the Bitcoin
Yeah,
anyway.
those are the ones that I could go into a whole show about
Yeah,
that.
see, that's what I hear all the time. Rich people needs Bitcoin, but poor people need Bitcoin adoption. And
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so that's going to happen, and that's when the game theory about the rich people is going to happen. But the adoption is what we need, so we can own our own stuff. And I don't know what y'all plan is as you want to grow the channel or grow your visibility, but my whole thing was go be seen so I can disappear. Like I'm out
I
here
like that.
right now, but when my number hit, Jake ain't gonna be
That's good game.
doing nothing no more on this thing, man. I'm not gonna be talking to nobody because I'm gonna be made, So when I hit where I need to hit, me and my wife, we already got our plan going. What we gonna do? I might work for 3 more years or something like that, and then I ain't worried about nobody else on the internet and stuff. That's why I'm trying to bring everybody with me, and I'm just so tired because I know I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done talking about
But
it.
that's good too, right? Because whoever come with you is who deserves to come with you. You don't want to have what I like to call a hanger on,
Yeah,
for the sake of, we all seen how in hip hop and in entertainment, and when the hangers on, soon as stuff don't go right, those people are gone anyway.
But
So that's a great, to me, like shaking out
shaking out, but
or culling
what he said to me, and I might be he sounded biblical.
with the be seen so he could disappear.
No, he said talk to people until I'm out of here.
Yeah, that is biblical. Jesus did that.
Yeah.
I taught you what I taught you. I got it in writing. The prophets done told you. What more can I say? Jay-Z style, right?
I'm out of here.
yeah. So
And but that's a real thing though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
God
can't.
himself is like, what more can I tell you?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for us to keep telling you about Bitcoin because everybody else is gonna tell them about it too. Like I think what's gonna happen with all these channels that talk about Bitcoin, crypto, and stuff, it's gonna be like talking about how Verizon is gonna be the best cell phone, or they got 3 different cell phone communicators and they got 4 different social medias right now. It's gonna be like, duh, why y'all made these stupid videos? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be stupid to talk about later on. And it's like, if you don't understand Bitcoin, it's like telling people in 1995 that the internet is going to zero. It's stupid to say. Not telling that, Peter Schiff, stuff like that. It's just these people.
Internet going to
It's
zero.
funny.
Shit for brain.
So,
That's funny.
like, what our conversation we having is important right now.
Mhm.
So, if nobody's really taking advantage of every creator conversation that's going on the internet is very important right now, but it's going to seem so dumb to our kids when they're our age. They're like, duh, we
Yeah.
knew this.
Yeah, it had a time and it had a utility. One of the things is, for Simon Family Investment Ventures, what we really want to kind of bring to the table is, this is how you incorporate and implement like a Bitcoin lifestyle family wise. We just
Yeah.
seen a lot of people. I mean, thank God for Mrs. Perry that she ride
Mhm.
with you, and you guys work as a team. But there are a lot of people out here who are into Bitcoin and they don't have their mate support. They don't have their partner or their spouse's support. The kids don't know what's going on. So we're hoping that we can, by, having these discussions, help give ideas on ways to get the family to participate,
Yeah.
get the family to start getting excited, get the family to be included, so everybody can come together collectively. Like you said, your family's responsibility is 5 Bitcoin. It's not a lot when you think about it,
Yeah.
But it
right?
is.
As long as each individual person is working towards that and coming together collectively, it's extremely possible and it's very reasonable. So, Simon, as the first family of Bitcoin, when we made that up, I think Zay made that up, but that really is our push, right? Hey, how old are your kids? What are they into? Here's a way you can get them to participate in what you're doing that's going to be fun. These kind of things. Here's
Yeah.
how we can get them
Yep.
involved in the conversation,
Yes,
because
indeed.
it's really for them.
Yeah. You already
But
you
it's
already
also
convinced me for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
if
also
not,
important for the spouses. I love that Mrs. Perry is on the chat
Oh,
supporting
I
you
missed.
as you're
Okay.
doing the show,
That's good.
right?
Shout out to Mrs. Perry. Shout
There's
out.
a lot of people who don't have that, and that's really what Simon Family Investment Ventures, we want to see if we can get that up before we even start talking about mass adoption. Like, let's get the families back structured and working together, and then we can start working on the mass adoption again.
yeah, yeah, PMS, you probably wrong.
You said what?
PM, I don't know who PM is. Who's PM?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Something new. Something.
I
What
get
they
that.
say?
Jake Beaver hates him.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
it's a Jake
I
Fever.
didn't know
Jake
that.
Fever liver hates him because he see the yike in the back. He must have missed a half of the
Oh,
conversation.
liver hates him. I thought they were talking about
Yeah,
somebody.
this
Oh,
this
oh.
all
Oh, on
money. This all
alcohol.
money in the bike, baby. This what I do. Go to Jake Fever drink reviews and check out the videos, baby. So yeah, everything works in the system. Like I sell the shirts, I buy the bottles, I taste the bottles, I get the views, buy more stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. But this whole thing, like how to figure out how to get more Bitcoin, this is part of it. You see, like I do these different things and I buy more Bitcoin. Yeah, I utilize like the Hennessy brand because they already got brand recognition to boost my brand a little bit. But I was already
Yes.
going to collect the Hennessy anyway, right? So now I boost my brand because I show people Hennessy they never seen before or different bottles they never seen in their life. And what happens is I get to buy more Bitcoin because you're going to view it. I get millions of views. So
You get millions of views.
yeah,
You said.
yeah, man. I made a fake Hennessy cans, bro. I got the package right here. I'm gonna show you what it looked like. Hold on.
No, that's all good. You ain't. You ain't.
It don't seem like this. They flew him out to the Nas thing, so I don't think they
Flew,
mind.
he
Like
got
he got
flew.
flued out.
He flew out. You know how that goes.
Just a little bit closer, Jake, just because the light is reflecting. Oh, there we go, right there.
So I made
Hennessy
these. I
can.
made the whole can and I cracked it open. I made it all. I made the can and everything. So
So what's in it? Is
it's
it like
cream
a drink
soda.
that's
It's
already
cream soda.
chased?
It's cream
It's
soda.
cream soda.
But
Okay, that sounds good.
I just no. I didn't. It's like just the labeling. I just did the package
Oh,
work,
okay,
right?
got you.
So I did it for an April Fool's joke last year. And what happened was it went viral. I think I got over 35 million impressions on the video.
Oh boy.
It was shared by other people in South Africa, London. Everybody was like in my DM asking me how to get it. They wrote articles on it. Like you go to Kanye Expert, you can see articles written about it and some other publications in London. And I got some stuff from Hennessy said they took the video off TikTok. They
Like cease and
cease
desist.
and
Yeah.
desist. And what happened?
But they should pass you some money and come up with
They
it.
flew me to New York off this. I spent $38 to
Oh,
make
that's
that.
why you got flew out. Let me stop.
You got flew
Yeah,
out.
me and the wife, we went to New York. I got to meet different celebrities at the Nas bottle release party.
Okay.
So
did you meet Nas?
no, I didn't get to meet Nas, but I met a few people. One of the guys that I met was Mac Wiles, I think his name is, from the Wire, the young kid that was
Oh, okay.
yeah.
She probably know.
Yeah, he pretty cool. I met the boys from EYL. I met those guys. EYL.
Earn your leisure.
Earn Your Leisure, yeah.
Oh, Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah, I met those guys. I met Rory from the Joe Button Show. I met a few people, but like I was there just to be a part of the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I was just enjoying the atmosphere, and I was.
But a great experience.
Yeah, it was a great experience. It was my first time in New York, so that right there, $38. This channel, it blew me up to do that, and that gave me more visibility. Right now, I get a little bit more money off my YouTube channel, off my views. I get a little bit more money off my TikTok now. Guess what I get to do? Buy more Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So, and then more people see me at the thing because Hennessy put me on their page, like Jake Fever in the building, and they put me on their Instagram. So brands follow Hennessy. So they started tapping in, sending me bottles of stuff. Don Julio sent me a bottle the other day that's like $100, and they send it to me along with like stuff like that. So I just got
Hey,
into it,
hold
didn't know
on
what
that,
was going to
man.
happen.
I love Don Julio.
Huh?
Hold on to that for me. Hold on for that for your boy.
Yeah, I tapped in with Don Julio now, man. I like them now. So yeah,
Yeah, he like.
Did you tell Jake that? Well, Jake, my baby is working on his own tequila, so he got this whole
You had to go get the bottle.
scientific thing happening. They got the barrels queued up. So when you see him drinking, right, stuff don't. That's because they're fooling around with the formula, and he's just testing it and testing
hey, if
it and
you,
testing it.
hey,
So,
I'll
so
push
and for
it.
my family,
I'll push it, bro. Like
and for,
I got a channel, man. I'll push that all day. So once you get once you
for
get
my
it,
family, I do have a degree in chemistry.
Oh,
Yeah.
he does. So he do know what he's talking about.
So
But we get to go to Oaxaca and
Yeah.
Jalisco
so I make it up.
so that we can kind of see the process
Right.
of the blue agave cut down, and they take us through the factories. You see?
hey, bro, when you
So-
get it done, y'all come to my channel and we just talk about it like we doing about Bitcoin over here. And we
So
get it
I
going.
just need them. The proof is really, really high though. And
It's all right.
sometimes even he's
got-
like, yeah.
We got bourbon
Yeah,
drinkers.
sometimes I'm done. I'm done for the night.
I'm done for the night, babe.
Better put a
This is incredible. They did a great
put
job.
a big
I'm
cube
like,
in that.
no, they
Put a big cube of ice in there, bro.
I be like,
will never ever corrupt his tequila with ice.
when it's time to go to sleep from the tequila, I'm like Kobe Bryant. I'm Mamba out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Jake, we had a great time
Yeah,
with
it's
you
still
on
fun.
here. Thank you so much for your time. Your journey is incredible. We love what you're doing with your family. Mrs. Perry, or what is she? Is she something teach?
Fresh
Where
teach,
is
fresh
she?
teach,
Right below.
fresh teach.
Fresh Teach. Fresh Teach, thank you so much for coming in the chat and supporting him during the show. I think that's, as a wife, it's really, really important that we support our Bitcoin kings,
And it
especially
like,
on the chessboard.
Yeah, and like we always say, if you ever find yourself in Mexico City, we here.
You
Bro,
and Mrs.
let me
Perry.
tell you.
Call us.
We was supposed to be over there in
And we-
October too. We was supposed to be
What'd you
we
say?
was supposed to be over there in October, but it don't seem like that's gonna work out right now.
Well, it doesn't matter if
No
you
worries.
and Mrs. Perry find your way out here. You just let us know, and we'll come meet you down there. We'll take you out. We'll take you to the Bitcoin Embassy bar.
We'll pick
We'll
you up from the
introduce you.
airport.
Yeah,
right?
we'll pick
We
you up
get-
from
we
the
get everything.
airport.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah, we roll the red carpet out for our cousins.
All right, cool. Hey, I
Let us
really
know, man. This
appreciate
was a
y'all.
great conversation.
Yeah, and
And,
I'll jump on with you, boy. We'll talk about it, but that was just my stance on XRP. I want to push back on those guys.
Oh no,
man.
yeah, I'm trying to set it up. So you guys can talk to each other. So you see how she looked at me because she don't want me to do it.
I argue with
No,
my friend about it all the time. He tired of me tagging him on Facebook. He say, "Stop tagging me in these things." I say, "Well, you should have shut your mouth."
But we really appreciate you having on. We really appreciate your service to the Bitcoin community. So I don't want you to be too frustrated because those who know still are doing, even though I do realize that you want to reach more
Yeah.
people who absolutely need it.
It's tiresome.
So, but we
Yeah.
appreciate your service because it's a
I
lot of time
appreciate y'all too.
invested.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
so
y'all
we're
too.
glad
Y'all
to
really
have you
putting
on.
in
We
work, man.
absolutely, we're trying. We're trying.
Hey,
We absolutely want you to come back. Go ahead.
I'm gonna email you some stuff like so you can create like shorts from content. It's a little AI thing where you can just upload it. It's called Opus or something like that. I think this will benefit you
Yeah.
in the short
I
term.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
So, but that being
Because our
said,
shows be 16 hours long. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
no,
we need a couple
what
shorts.
happened? It'll take the content and make it like a short form, and you can just upload it, and then they'll find your channel a little better. And when you go
No,
live,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you looking out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for looking out.
I'm gonna email that to you.
Hey,
He's
do we-
been wanting to do it.
Do we have anybody to chat? We got a shout out. I can't
No,
even
we
see.
shouted everybody out. Let Freedom Reign Jake said, keep up the good work.
Yeah.
The people in the chat appreciate you as well. One more time, Jake, I would like for you to shout out your Showtime on Fridays.
Oh yeah.
Shout out jakefever.com with your swag. And if you have any other social media that you want them to tap into.
You can find me at anywhere, Jake Fever, TikTok, X, Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube. But I do a weekly show where I talk about interesting people, kind of like we did today. And I got a Bitcoin on there, big time Bitcoiner. Well, I consider him a big time Bitcoiner because he got in the cycle before me, so he know what he's doing, and he hasn't been on the internet at all. He just bringing himself to the internet because he's starting something, and he wants to bring himself, and he's bringing it on my page. So it's at 7:30 on Fridays, every Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live. So that's it.
All right, you guys, we are going to catch y'all on Monday. Also, we did a show with Stack this weekend, so I believe that airs sometime next week. I want to say Monday at 9, but I'm not really sure if that's when they were going to air that show. Hey, did Jake get cut off? Hopefully he comes back. Jake, come back if you thought you were finished. So hopefully they'll be airing that show sometime this week. Check it out. Great talk we have with our content cousins on Stack Show. Trek with 2Ks, you know that you up for
Trek,
a
that's the
second
homie.
round, right? We had so much stuff that we want to dial back down into a few other things. Okay, Fresh Teach, Mrs. Cousin. Appreciate y'all. I love your channel. Definitely the conversations about educating our youth to help build generational wealth. Fresh Teach, Mrs. Cousin. I hope you have a happy, wonderful, healthy baby. I want y'all to send me some baby pics because y'all know I'll be having a baby fever.
Yeah.
I haven't had a baby in the house for 6 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And we
We're gonna
appreciate
keep it that
your
way.
support.
We are going to keep it that way.
I appreciate your support here in the Bitcoin community too,
Yeah,
Mrs. Perry.
And everybody in the chat, we want to say, have a happy, I guess, President's Day.
On Monday. Happy President's Day.
President's Day.
Be your own president, like you're supposed to be your own bank and have in your financial matters and in your household. That's how you can honor President's Day. But we love y'all, and I gotta see if I can get Jake back. Talk to you guys later. We'll see y'all on Mondays live.